Why do I hate the sound of my own voice? As a music teacher, this is a question that I get quite often, and so I'm here today to answer your question. Right here is your larynx. This is where your esophagus, your Adam's apple, your voice box, your vocal cords, your windpipes are all located right here. So if you take your hand and you just feel this, you can kind of actually, you can move the whole larynx. And if you find there's a little cartilage piece here that sticks out further than the rest, it's a little bone. You can feel two pieces that go together here. Right behind that top spot, that's the top of your larynx. Okay, and right behind that are your vocal cords sitting right parallel to the ground, and they are working really hard right now as we speak. What happens when you talk is you breathe, and then when you speak, your vocal cords, the muscles of your vocal cords, they are two muscles. They come together with the strength and they touch, and the wind flows through as they open, and the touching and the wind flowing through creates the sound which allows you to speak and sing. The cool thing is, they're actually moving so fast you can't catch it with the human eye. They are moving 400 times a second, touching that fast as the air escapes through the esophagus and comes out your voice. So this is how your voice is being created. While this is happening, there's something interesting going on. Your voice is coming out of your body, right? And other people get to hear the finished product of that sound. Well, each of us, we have the special opportunity to get to sit in the front row seat of our own vocal production. And we have ears that are connected to the same head cavity space as our larynx. As the sound is coming out, our ears get that unique privilege to hear that sound in production. So it does sound different to us as the vocalists than it does to everybody else in the world. So how do other people hear your voice? They hear it when it exits your mouth, it bounces off of objects because sound travels, and then it bounces to their eardrums. Keep in mind this all happens within milliseconds, and then they hear a different sound. When your voice spins out of your mouth and hits the object, it actually changes the sound of your voice. So the listener hears something different than you hear because your ears didn't get the chance to hear your voice after it bounced off of an object because they're connected to your head cavity. So, what do you do about this? You've never sat in the back row seat of your own voice. It's not fair. When I show someone a recording of their voice, they're like, oh my gosh, and you're surprised, you're shocked. It's so foreign to you to hear your voice from the back row seat like everybody else. However, everybody else in the world loves your voice, right? I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that the sound of your voice is so dear to them that they would cry at the sound of your voice. And so it is our privilege to have the opportunity as speakers and singers to go ahead and take a seat in the back and listen to your voice and see how it sounds to everybody else and actually develop an appreciation for that sound because others do appreciate it, so should you. And so you get the chance to appreciate your voice in two ways, from the front row seat and from the back row seat. Well, the back row seat takes a little bit more effort. You have to force yourself into it. You gotta go back there, gotta sit down. How do you do that? Well, this is an opportunity for you. It's to record your voice. Use a voice memo. The voice memo is your chance to have a third party of ears. So when your voice comes out, it bounces off of objects and hits the ears of the recording, and that will capture your voice as your listener could hear it from the back. The more you get used to hearing your voice from this space, you'll begin to appreciate it and be able to hear your voice from that side and from your own front row seat side. And then you won't be so shocked anymore. You won't be so, utterly terrified by what you hear because it's not so unfamiliar. But just imagine when you hear something unfamiliar, you're going to be shocked. So begin to train yourself and allow yourself that opportunity to appreciate the sound of your own voice just like everybody else does from the back row seat.